we are going to welcome, what is the name again? Jenica Lee. I'm very sorry for assassinating your name. It's not a familiar name, you know. This Gambian accent. We can assassinate names anyhow. He's coming all the way from Birmingham in England. He's a philanthropist. And also a sickle cell advocate. And that is why he has prepared this wonderful book and has chosen a small country to come and share his idea with us. You know, are we not beautiful? You know, somebody all the way from England to write a book like this and said, why not I go to a country called the Gambia and share with the Gambian children about my experience. So, Jenica, we are welcoming you to share your experience with us in a special way as we have done in this book.
I've already been introduced. My name is Jenica Leah. Jenica Leah, and I'm from Birmingham, which is in the UK. I am 27 years old and I actually have sickle cell. I don't like to call it a disease, more a condition, but I do have sickle cell. So what I just want to talk to you about is basically about sickle cell, my journey, why I'm here, and also just to help you guys to understand a little bit more if you don't already. So is there anybody in this room that has sickle cell at the moment? Or knows they have sickle cell? You're not sure? Does anybody know what sickle cell is? Do you know about sickle cell, the condition? None of you know anything about sickle cell? Okay, so this is why I'd like, to be here to share with you so you can know, maybe you know the symptoms. You can try and help people that do have sickle cell. I wasn't always so open in being able to speak about my condition and what's the problems that I have. And it took me a long time to be able to get to the point where I can share my story with other people in the UK and people internationally, like that's why I'm here in the Gambia, so to share my journey with you. When I was 13 years old, I had a stroke. I was very sick, and even after that stroke, it took me a long time to recover. I had to have blood transfusions every 4 weeks so that it doesn't happen again. And from that time, I've had lots of different things that just keep going wrong and wrong and wrong. When I thought to myself, I need to change everything that's happening, because in the UK, we are privileged enough to have drugs, medication to help with pain, to help with some problems that you can have. But the problem is we're too dependent on the medicines, and they have lots of side effects, which makes more problems. I was taking painkillers every day, and the painkillers that I have, they make you sick, they make you vomit, they make you sleepy, you can't focus and do anything. And I said to myself, this has to stop, because it's not a life that I want to live. What I want to try and do is make sure that I don't fall into the same problem that I had before, which was relying on the drugs to fix a problem which is not going to fix, because it's not natural, it's just going to cause more problems. And what I want to do is empower other people living with the condition or friends of people living with the condition to try and help them to understand so that they can do more in terms of looking after themselves and their health. So I decided that I'm going to take control. I'm going to try and figure out what works for me without the medicine, what works to look after my sickle cell, to stay healthy, to be able to live as normal life as possible, like everybody else. So there are 3 key things with sickle cell that you must do to try and stay well. The first one is to stay warm, which over here you have no problem. It's always warm. In England, it's very, very cold. So you have to wrap up warm, layers and layers and layers of clothes. But it's not a problem. If you know what you have to do to stay well, then it's not a problem to do it, because it's very simple. The second thing is to drink plenty, which over here is probably more of a problem because you have the heat, So you need to make sure that you're drinking a lot more. By drinking lots of fluids, you encourage the blood flow around your body. So it helps you to stay hydrated, to stay mobile, to stay fit, to stay healthy. And this is one of the important things where in the UK we don't have a shortage of, fluids to drink, water, different kinds of things. But there are still people over in the UK that don't adapt these advantages to stay well. They will still not drink anything and it's there for them. So I want to try and help people to help themselves instead of relying on everybody else to help them. The third thing, which is the best thing to do to stay well, is to get lots of rest. It's easy to get tired when you have sickle cell because your body has to work twice as hard to make sure the blood is flowing around your body. You have a less amount of oxygen in your blood, so your body is working harder. So sometimes you might get tired faster than somebody who doesn't have sickle cell. So it's important that you understand your body enough that if you're feeling tired, you need to sleep or you need to rest. You can't do everything. And sometimes you might miss out, but if you have good friends, good people around you that understand your condition and understand sickle cell and understand how you have to stay well, they can support you. All of my friends, they don't have sickle cell, but they come and they support me in anything. So in order for me to be able to help more people with this, I decided to write a book. This book it's aimed at children because I think from a younger age, if you understand your condition more, it's easier to maintain as you grow up. You can stay well because you have the knowledge from a younger age. Instead of when you get older, you try and do things you don't understand. Oh, I keep getting sick, I keep getting in pain, what's going on? It's good to understand from a younger age. That way, as you grow up, you can adapt the things that will help you to stay well in your everyday life. Even though it's aimed at children, you can still learn a lot from this book. So as adults, teachers in the room, it's very important. It's simple to understand and it's easier then to explain it to other people. And by doing this, I want to help to empower those living with sickle cell, not just in the UK, but everywhere. Because it's important to know this is something that affects us, not mainly, but a majority of us, it's mostly us that's affected by sickle cell. So it's important that we can understand what's going on in order to be able to help other people living with the condition as well. And also to be able to share what the problems are, because there's no point hiding and acting like I don't have sickle cell, because there's still going to be somebody else that has the problem. I'm still going to get sick. I'm still probably, going to be in hospital. So instead of hiding, if I share my journey, maybe it will help to build the confidence in somebody else to share their journey, or empower them to think, I have this condition, but I'm not really any different on the outside to you. I still look like you. If I didn't tell you I had sickle cell, you probably wouldn't even believe that I have sickle cell, because it's not something that you can see, it's in the blood. So it's about understanding and, being able to live with the condition and sharing your story so that other people don't feel afraid to share their story either. So that's what this book is all about. And just as a closing, something that I put in the book, which is that there is nothing that I can't do. I'm just different on the inside. That goes for everybody, not just with sickle cell. There are some things that I may be able to do differently, but it doesn't mean that I can't do anything at all. And it's the same for everybody. There's nothing that you cannot do. You might be different to the person sitting next to you, but it doesn't mean that you're not able to do the things that they're doing. As long as you know what you're doing and you understand things, you're able to do anything in life. So don't limit yourselves to what you can achieve, what you can do. I just want everybody to just remember that, and if that's one thing that you take away today, then that's a good thing to take away. So thank you very much for coming.
So if you have questions, it's now have time for question and answers. You have questions for her.
And my question is, someone who is affected from sickle cell, can you eat with the person with the same reason, or can you drink the same cup with the person, or can you share clothes with the person? Because in our Gambian tradition, we all in the same basin and drink with the same cup, and we can share clothes also.
It's not something that you can catch. So you can drink from the same cup, you can eat from the same plate. You can't get sickle cell from anything like that. The only way you can have it is to be born with it.
I want to say something that is in my own side. Like, there's something that happened to me once. That was I was in my grade 9. I was about to sit for my exam, and I really planned it. So like all my teachers were having hope on me, like helping me. So I see certain signs that have been happening to me. So I was like confused, because it always attacked me, and some of my friends will be like, this thing have never happened to her, so maybe she's just doing it for fun or that stuff. But it always disturbed me. I would see my joint paining me, my bones. I wouldn't be able to move, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just be crying and telling them to help me. So like, it went to an extent that it stopped. Then I'm in my grade 12 right now. Some of my students can be a witness. Like, it used to attack me. Sometimes even my principal will call a taxi that will collect me and take me to the hospital. And sometimes I'll be admitted, sometimes I'll be released. Then I will sit sometimes in the class and I'll be crying, saying that I'm in my final year, and my school, many students and other stuff will say Zainab. Then what if, like, if I don't make it due to this? And I'm the first and last child of my two parents, and their hope I can say. So I'll just be.
I know someone asked about the symptoms of sickle cell. One of the symptoms, which I'm going to say because it's not from a medical side, it's more from understanding yourself, is stress or pressure. So you say it always happens when you have your exams and things like that. If you know there's something that's coming up and you're nervous, you're stressing yourself out, you're worried about it, that can also bring on a crisis. So it's important, like for me, I just try not to let things bother me or try not to let things stress you out. So tell yourself you will be fine. You can do it.
Allow me to express my sincere gratitude to this beautiful lady for offering this great and educative program or launching seminar that I ever attend. Because it is very, very important that even if you leave the Gambia going for a surgery or overseas treatment, the first thing they will ask you is about the test, the sickle cells test results. That is going to be the first they have to ask you. Because I also went for surgery in India, but the same thing, because they knew that West Africa, we normally suffer from this problem. And only people with clean heart can be able to come with this kind of initiative, bringing these kind of things to our environment from Europe or England to the Gambia. I have relatives who have suffered from this. I just lost a little brother who is so close to me, not more than 6 months back, because of sickle, and now also the other brother also is suffering the same thing. But we don't know how to take care of it. And I think this thing will go a long way in helping them. Immediately when I reach at home, I think I have a job to do today.
Like, something that have haunts can never be hidden away. And there is a saying which goes this way: that is, wanting to get there doesn't get you there, but knowing how to get there gets you there. So I salute you. I would like to congratulate her for the wonderful job that she have done, because it is very rare to see such things from different countries just coming to a country to advocate or to sensitize, and I really appreciate it.
Give us the God of nations to the God.